Hey, what's up everybody? Today we're going to do some mods to the Axial SCX-24. This thing is 100% stock. It's pretty good out of the box. I mean, this is my first rock crawler and I set up a small, very rocky course for it. I like to put things to a challenge, as you can see in my other videos. But as you can see, it's got the stock battery, ESC, receiver combo thing there, and then stock motor, stock wheels and tires, stock everything. Over here we're gonna go ahead and install these INJORA aluminum wheels and tire set. We have a stainless steel skid plate kit that we're gonna put on. We're also gonna install these shocks here that I got as well. They're inverted. Hopefully my cat's not in the way there. Hey Twix, what's up buddy? I don't know if you guys can see that, but they're inverted shocks. You'll see them later in the video. My girl here, she likes to photobomb everybody. Photobomb my videos, photobomb pretty much everything. We have some extended, see if you guys can see this. Oh, come on girl. I'm sorry guys, I gotta move her. Come on girl, I'm sorry, I gotta move you. There you go. Go play with your brothers and sisters. Okay, these are some, I believe they were 7mm or something extended wheel hexes. They're all brass, got the steering knuckles in there too. What else do we have here? We have the 900 milliamp, it's a 2-cell. It's much bigger than the stock, let me tell you. And it comes in a 2-pack, so you get 2 of these. If I haven't mentioned the brass disc covers from CODA Racing, and this Emac Servo. I heard a lot of good things about this servo. We're going to give it a shot. All the links to everything that I'm going to be using here, including this, these scales here. These are the counterweight system. It's a 4-weight system from, I believe it's Powerhobbies. Yeah, see, Powerhobbies. It runs on an app on your phone, and I'm trying to learn how to screen record, but I'll probably just do screenshots. If I can't figure it out, we'll go from there and figure it out. But it weighs each individual axle, or let's say wheel, and it also gives you like your total weights from your front and rear and all that. Very simple to set up. So all the links to everything here will be in the description below. I do not get any kickback out of it. Nothing. I bought all these parts with my own money, just based on other videos I've watched and what I wanted to do to this. So right now we have a fully charged stock battery. We're going to get this thing set up, and let's go to the course and see how she does. And we'll compare it when we add all the upgrades. And like again earlier, we'll get a weight on this and we'll see what the stock weight is before we add any of those modifications. So stay tuned. Let's go ahead and set these, or set this truck on the scale. And so far this is what you're getting. You're getting a total weight in the front of, let's say, 119.6 grams. Total rear weight is 104 grams. So we're 53%, 54% in the front, and we're 47 of the 48% total up front. Now our total weight for the whole truck is 223.9 grams. Okay, and if you look over at the left front, right front, left rear, right rear, you will see the independent weights there. So if you guys want to pause it, write some information down, that's fine. I'm not going into any scientific detail on it. I'm just brand new to these scales. And all right, everybody, this is the small rocky course that I have for it so far. It is just a bunch of big boulders that I have collected in the past and just start stacking them up. And yes, I was crazy enough, because I do have animals in this house. Every single rock you've seen here was scrubbed with a brush with Dawn dish soap, with super hot water, so it's all clean, which is, you know, I guess if you're going to have it in your own house, you want it clean. I do have plans on making this course continue underneath here, this whole area just for indoor practicing after adding mods, and you know, maybe in the future I'll grab some other mini crawlers for this course, and as time goes on it will be better. So right now we're going to set up, all we're going to do here is see the stock version crawling over to the other side, turning around and coming back. Let's go ahead and give this a shot. Also, I like to run my remote in high mode because low mode is just, the motor's too weak in this thing in my opinion. I just run it in the highest mode and just kind of, if I gotta go slow, I'll just hit the slow down on the trigger. It's only going to go as fast as you can hit that trigger. And sometimes you need this thing to bounce to get up on things. Don't want to fall. That don't look good there. But I mean, if you, as you guys can see, this stock thing, I mean, that's some rugged terrain for this. Let's see if we could get her to turn around without flipping over or falling off the course. By the way, what do you guys think about this course so far? I mean, it's like almost like a natural scene for it, other than the fact that I had staged the rocks only for, you know, just because that's the way I wanted it done. Uh-oh, we got Twix coming back. I guess she's going to try to help. I'm not sure what she's going to do. Come on, girl. Watch out, girl. Come on, Twix. I'll get her out of the way. You're not helping, buddy. I can't see. Yeah, well, I just have to crawl around her, I guess. You know how cats are. They're always curious. Surprised her sister, Harley Quinn, isn't over here. So as you can see, it's not quite struggling across this course, but I want to see what it could do after the mods. Oh, there she goes. Okay, let's go ahead and get a weight on this before we add all the mods, and we'll go from there. Stay tuned. All right, we are back. So let's see, what do we want to start with first? I really don't know. Very new to these. I think I want to start out by removing this body. And here I have this Dynamite. It's a .050. I'll put this in the link. I can't remember. I think I bought it on Amazon or wherever I got it from. I'll put the link in. And I also bought a whole set of these. I don't know. They're a cheap aftermarket, a cheap brand here. What's it called? Legendary. Yeah, these are Legendary kit that you could buy. I bought a stand and all that to organize, keep my tools organized, and I was told this was the most important tool to have when you're working on one of these. And this kit fortunately has this 4.0 box-in wrench for the wheels. So let's go ahead and I want to go ahead and start by removing this body. Just make things a little bit easier. And these parts are tiny. Some of these clips I will speed up the video. Let me get some of this stuff out the way. And you want a magnetic tray, especially if you have kittens that like to swat at everything. Get this other side off. I believe that's all I have to do to get this body off. Makes sense to me. Second. Like I said, guys, I am new. Oh, there we go. See? Pretty simple. 2 screws and it's out. We'll set this aside. I'm going to go ahead and remove the stock battery. Get this unplugged. No. Come on. You can't be doing that. Come on, girl. Come on. There you go. You gotta love them. Let's set the stock battery over here. And what else are we going to do? What should we start with? This looks easy enough. Let's start with these diff covers. Let's add some weight there. And by the way, for those that don't know, if you got like a heavy duty magnetic tray, I do have some cheaper ones that came up, some of my cheaper RC stands. Those things don't really work that great. But if you get some heavy duty ones like from Harbor Freight, or if you want to go fancy and get like a Matco one or whatever, these are your better bet. And if you want to magnetize your tip, which I recommend, I do it to all of my tools, just rub it across the magnet. And then you will have a magnetized driver. All right. Let's go ahead and I guess we're going to pop these. We got 6 screws here. If you guys can see that. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of quickly get these off. I'll go ahead and speed up the video so you guys don't have to watch this part. It could be boring to a lot of you people, but just do a couple of them here. You know, it'd be nice if I had the adapter to put on my mini drill. This would make this job a whole lot easier. So let's go ahead and speed up the video. I'll get this get caught up here, and I'll come back when we go to install the cover. Okay, got all the screws out. So I'm assuming that this thing just pops off. Let's be very careful, nothing falls out. And there we go. Yeah, that's a little tiny bearing in there. Okay. And then worm gears in there, that's pretty slick. Okay. Comment below, do you guys use grease in here? I don't see why you would need to. This thing doesn't go that fast, so I don't see any point in putting any kind of grease in there. Okay, so let's go ahead and open up. See if we got a part number. Nope, but like I said, I got the links. I'll put them in the description. It even comes with an Allen key, all the screws you need. Go ahead and get this thing open. All right, so I'm assuming that they're both the same. Oh, looks like I gotta change the bearing. So yes, they're both the same size. Let's see if I could get this little bearing out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this and put this on. Tell you what, some nice weight there. Definitely heavier than stock. Just pop it on like so, and there you go. I'm going to go ahead, you know what? Man, I don't know. I think with these shocks, you know what? I changed my mind. I'm going to go with the screws that it came with. I did change my mind. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead, very simple, just going to screw these in. Alright, get the front cover put on. Now we're going to move to the rear. I'm sorry, we have the rear diff cover on. Now we're going to move to the front. And this one might be a little trickier. It looks like I might have to remove some stuff. Probably not. But I think I'm going to go ahead, since I'm replacing the servo anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this front bumper off, take the servo arm off, so I could get to the screws here in the front. Let's see here. Maybe it's a 1.5. We'll try the 1.5. Hey, it's a 1.5. When I take this off, I want to see where my position is. With my wheels straight, I can always fix that on the radio, so it's straight up and down. That's all I need to know. Let's make sure. Okay. Guess that's actually a servo saver. Okay. I thought it was straight on there, but it's not. All right. So we got the servo saver off. And that gives me just about plenty of room to get to all these screws here on the bottom. If you guys can see that, it might be a little dark, but you guys probably get the drift. So what I'm going to do is the same thing. I'm going to take all these screws out. I'm going to take the 2 longer ones and put them up here, and then the other 4 shorter ones on the lower half of the thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I pulled the front diff cover off, and now we're going to install the new one. I did take the bearing. Yeah, just get you a small screwdriver or something in there that you could just get in there, put a little tension, and she will pop right out. No big deal. Let's go ahead and just kind of wiggle it in there. You could take that center brace off if you want, or I'm sorry, this linkage here if you'd like. I chose not to, and she fits in there like a glove. So again, we're going to take our 2 long ones. They are going to go in the front. Basically the same process as the rear. I'm going to go ahead and get these screws in, and we'll be right back. Okay. Well, then we got them installed. Get the rears, fronts. Now what else are we going to do? Really not sure. How about we do shocks? Yeah, let's do the shocks. So first thing I'm going to do is take this, it's a 4.0 box. Just going to go ahead and take the wheels off. We got to put the new ones on anyway, so might as well take them off, right? Now shocks. How are we going to do the shocks here? I guess you can pop them off of these balls if you wanted, but I need to unscrew them anyway the way these shocks are designed. All the shocks are the same size, so it doesn't matter which one goes where. I'm going to go ahead and just unscrew the shocks. I hope this video is coming out good as far as being able to see clearly. I might need to get some better lighting in here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this one here. Okay. There's your stock shock. Let's grab one of the brand new ones here. Here's the part number if you guys are interested, or there will be a link in the description. Let's go ahead and open these up. Alright. So that's what one of your new ones will look like. Oh yeah, they're definitely, I know you guys can't feel it, but it's definitely, these are much, much stiffer, I would say. So let's go ahead and, I thought about mounting the shock this way. But what do you guys think? Because it would keep the weight lower. It's kind of what you want to do with these, right? But typically you would mount them this way. So I'm kind of torn because I like to put them on this way. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. I haven't seen it done that way. And I don't see what it's going to hurt. It's going to do the same thing, right? I mean, get these. Maybe I should have popped them out, because now I can't seem to get these the balls out. But I do have extra screws. But I don't know if they're the same. Let's see here. I'm going to steal them from our Diff Covers and see if they're the same size. No, they're actually longer. And I don't think I have enough. Oh, look at that. Oh, hey guys. I do terribly sorry here. I just had one. Where's it at? Nope. Look like... Okay, that was just my imagination. Okay, no. Alright. Can you guys see that? No, you can't. So I'm looking here closely. And if I put them down here, you'll probably see better. But there was a longer screw and a shorter screw for the stock diffs here. No kidding. It's just the ones, maybe because they were, you know, stainless steel, they just look like they were longer. Because these look very close to all the same. I wasn't paying attention. So just a side note, and I'm pretty sure, I would imagine those longer ones went on the tops. I don't know for sure. Just please comment below and let me know what I did wrong. Hey, you know what? Either way, it's going to work. But it looks like the stock diff cover screws are the same size as the stock shock ones. So I'm just going to, leave these alone. And I'm going to use the stock screws from the diff covers. Naturally, all the ones that are the same size. I don't know if this is a good idea, mounting them the way I want to mount them. Uh-oh. I got trouble coming in now. That's Joker. Is that Joker? No, that'd be Batman. Okay, guys. My bad. The shocks did come with their own screws and looks like collars or washers there. I guess to space it away. I did not realize that. So we are going to, I started to put them on the correct way, and I looked over and I saw this package. You guys are really probably laughing at me now, and that's fine. Guys, I get it. I can handle it. So I'm going to go ahead and now try to do this the right way. I already have this one front shock off. Here's the shock here. I'm still not going to invert them. Well, you know what? Since I'm doing the front, I might as well try it. Maybe I could get enough clearance now. So I'm going to grab a couple of these screws. I'm going to put all these back. And we're going to test out on this front one here. Okay. Let's see. So we got a little... So if we put a screw in like this, okay, and then we put one of these spacers on there like this, maybe that'll give us enough clearance to get that so it doesn't bind on the frame. Otherwise, I'm going to keep them inverted. Okay, there's that one. Let me get the next one set up. And these are stainless steel screws, I believe. Let's see. Or, no, maybe they're, oops, maybe they're aluminum, not stainless. What am I talking about? All right. Let's get a small spacer put on here. Appreciate you guys continuing to watch. If you made it this far, you're my hero. But if you're brand new to this as well, hey, Maybe you'll come up with some better ideas, some different ways of handling and how you build. This is how I'm going to do it. Okay. I'm going to screw this in and let's see if this is going to give us enough clearance. I think it will. Okay. Remember, don't over tighten your screws. All right, let's see. Yep. If you guys can see it now, clears the front. This one obviously does too, because that's the right way. I flipped it around. But yeah, remember it was binding on the frame before? Now you can see there's plenty of clearance. And of course, it was also probably binding because I didn't have the spacer in there as well. But I am going to invert these. I'm going back and leaving them the rears, like see the rears. I want to do that for the front. So, okay, guys, let me get the shocks all straightened out. Let me get all the, the washers and the everything, the spacers on, and I will return. So another thing, guys. Okay, these gold, spacers they give you. They only give you 4 of them. They don't give you 8 of them. And I put 2 on here, which makes me really short on everything else. So I'm going to assume, because the back ends are sticking out plenty far, okay? So I'm assuming that you're going to need 4 for the top, okay? It's got to be how that goes. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this bottom one that I just installed here. And I'm going to leave the one on the top. I'm going to remove that one. And then I'm going to just put those brass washers, spacers, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to put them on the tops. Okay, I am back. I swapped out all the screws that came with the shocks. I put the top spacers on the very tops of these, I guess, inverted shocks, because there's springs on the inside of here. And I, of course, flipped the shocks as well. There is no rubbing anywhere. That's your rear. And then your fronts. No more hitting the frame. Oop. No more hitting the frame. Okay. So, what do we want to do next to this thing? Oh, let's see. Got spare parts over here. I'm thinking maybe we should start on the servo. Cause we could do, you know what? Let's go ahead and do the skid plates now. These are the stainless steel skid plate kit. And it comes with these 2 packages here. Put that one there, this one here. So this one looks like it goes right here. And these 2 are your diff skid plates. I would imagine. Oh no, there it is. Them 2 right there. We'll see. We'll get this figured out. Or did I order 2 of them? Yeah, let's see here. I don't know. Let's see here. So the same part number. Guys, it looks like I might have ordered 2, or they accidentally sent me 2. I'm gonna have to check my order, and I'll get back to I think it was Amazon. Did I order these? It could have been eBay, but I'm gonna let whoever sold these to me, I'm gonna let them know that they sent me an extra kit. And if they did, I'll be honest, and I will return these to them. Because I have a feeling, because there's 3 pieces in here. But like I said, I got to check my quantity because I might have added them to the cart twice. So I'm going to go ahead and get these opened up. Oh, we got this part here too. So we have 2 of these little black pieces, and then we have the skid plate. So I'm going to assume. Oh, okay, this is going to start making sense here. I'm sure these 2 go with this. I'll work with that last because I am not 100%. Oh, okay. So I'm going to assume that I'm going to take these 2 outer screws out, and they're going to screw into here. So I'm going to assume it's going to go something like this. No? There's screw holes there. Or these might go with these. Oh, okay. I might be wrong there, guys. Check that out. Looks like this might go with these rear ones. All right, we're figuring it out as we go. Like I said, again, you guys know this is my first time. So these outer screws here on the frame, you have one here, practically under the motor, and then these two here. So I'm going to go ahead and take them out. I could have done several videos doing this, but I figured I'll just put it all in one. And whoever wants to watch it, that would be great. Help the channel out. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 subscribers, even though I'm sitting at maybe, I think, 20 subscribers right now. I think that's what I got, which I really appreciate all that did subscribe. For those that aren't subscribed, that'd be great if you would. This is I've been into this hobby for 40 years. Did a lot of building on like Savages and a lot of other like Baja mods, and you know, switching to electric, you know, from the two-stroke to electric. I've done all kinds of builds, but never on something this small. And the technology nowadays is just insane with things you got to learn. Oh, let me get this lined up. Okay, here we go. But yeah, also comment your thoughts, you know, on these upgrades, what you would have done differently. I mean, try not to get on me too hard on the installation part of these, because I'm just, like I said, there's no instructions. It's all just, you know, you could go watch other people's videos. I'm sure they have, you know, really good install videos. But again, this is my first time. My very first time working on these small scale RCs. A lot of fun so far. And this is how I build my practice. I mean, it's not, you know, and to do it on camera, it's a little bit different, because you got to make sure you get everything in frame. I just hope my lighting is okay. We will see. So this is pretty simple for this skid plate. All right, and we have that one. Nothing more to do. Okay, now I got to figure out how to do. Let's go ahead and start with the rear. They're both are the same. So if I screw this into the bottom of here, it's got threads on each side of there. So let's see, if I put it there, let's see where this would line up. So it'll line up about right there. So that's what I'm going with. So that's what I'm going with. Sorry if I'm getting out of frame here, guys. I can't see. You know, if I'm up here too high, I'll try to correct myself here. So now we're going to go ahead and take these two bottom screws out of the rear diff. Remember, they do come with screws, I'm not going to forget. And those look a tad longer, so I'm going to definitely want longer screws. Let's go ahead and see what we have here. I'm going to put these screws in here. Let's see what we got. Oh, I used the stock screws to put the other one back together, which I will replace with these. Not a big deal at the moment, but I'm going to assume that these longer screws, can you guys see them? I'm not sure if you can see them or not. No, you can't see them. Okay. So these are the screws that come with your skid plate kit. And this is where I got to start making sure she doesn't attack my stuff. Okay. So I'm assuming that these will bolt right there, just like that. And I'm going to use the four, there should be 4 longer screws, and there is. I'm going to use the longer ones, obviously. So we'll go ahead and start this in here, like so. Get this started in here. Let's get the second screw started. And there, come on, baby. There we go. Just like that. And we'll screw that in like so. Okay. That feels good. And now we got these shorter screws. So I'm going to assume these these 4 smaller ones are going to go for the skid plate. These will go on the other side. And these here, I'm going to assume, okay, these here go with the front and rear skid plates, and I'm going to say these will go into the side rails. So I'm going to take these factory screws back out, replace them with them, because I think it'll just look better. And let's go ahead and finish up this install. So we'll just put the skid plate on like so. I'll get my screw ready. So I like working with the factory screws because then you actually get the magnetic thing. So let's see. Let's put this like this. Maybe I could get it to go. Try that again. Man, these things are small. Okay, maybe I could put it on there. Oh no, here she comes to attack. Come on, girl. Don't attack my screws. No, can't attack my screws. See what they're doing. Yeah, why don't you go play with your brothers and sisters? Okay, I got an idea. No, you cannot play. I'm going to set this on the axle and everything on the ground because it looks like that's going to be the easiest way of doing this. And maybe I could set a screw inside there. Okay, I'm going to have to pull it off the edge here. I might be off frame, guys, but I just got a little bit harder doing it on camera, but I did get it started. So I'm going to go ahead and get this other side here. She sees all these little screws and now she's all excited and wants to play with them. They're right, Twix. Oh, okay, maybe we flip it upside down to make it easier. Here we go. Okay. Wait, did I use the wrong one? Just have to make sure. No, these are the right ones. So I don't know, they're not tight yet, but it looks like they're adjustable, where you can move them. Like you can move them forward, you can move them back. It's got them little sliders. I think I want it pushed all the way back underneath the truck. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these up. Okay. Now I'm going to do the same thing to the rear. So you guys can see that. Yep. And the reason why I like to get up to 1,000 subscribers because I like to do this stuff live and be able to share my knowledge with you, do other builds with you. I have obviously this 1/24 scale. I also have 1/5 scale, 1/6 scales like the Mojaves, the Arma Mojaves. 1/10 scale like the Arma Senton. I have all different types of vehicles. Okay, so let me go ahead and turn this around, and that way I could help share these builds with you guys, and it'd be a lot of fun, I think. Grab this piece here. Let me grab. So which ones do I need now? The longer ones. Yeah, 22, okay. So get this in here. Yeah, she's working on the other side, okay, this is not the right one. Oh, I have all this. This is true. Okay. Is that? So good. Okay. Now see, like, vertical. So now so, take your small ones here. So. Okay. Just get a little something on the back. Okay. Oops, that. Screw in one spot. No. Okay. Try this again. I think Let's noise that. Let's do something. There we go. Okay. Okay. Tighten this one down. And there you have it. Just make sure we're good. Oh, sorry about that. Just making sure we're all good here. Okay. Well, here's your front skid. Right here. And your center mount skid. And your rear skid. Hey, we're getting there. So off camera, I'm going to go ahead and replace these screws here. You guys try not to beat me up too much in the comments. Like I said, I'm new to these small scales, and you know, normally I like to follow, you know, instructions and all that, and there was just clearly in everything so far, it's pretty much common sense. You know, it just but like if I wasn't recording, I would say more focused and being able to pay attention more. But I'm just, you know, when you're trying to record your builds and explain, it's a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and get that screwed in. I'll do the other side off camera, and there you have it. Okay, we are back. I just went ahead and kind of reorganized some stuff and figuring out, if you want to know what tools I've been using so far, obviously this .050 hex. I used a 1.5 millimeter. I used a small, well, it's a 3.0 millimeter flathead, and that was just to kind of get into that bearing and then pop it out of the stock and then put it in the new brass Diff Covers. And this 4.0 box, that was for the wheels. So far that's all the tools I used besides these scissors to open the packages. So now let's say we work on the Emac Servo. This is going to be interesting. I think there were some modifications you had to do to put that in here. I don't know, but I think I want to remove the front bumper. This might make it a little bit easier. So that is in the LED port, which is the second LED port down. See, looks like you have whatever that is, brake, and then LED and LED. So I'm assuming for rear tail lights, if you want rear tail lights. So I'm going to go ahead and unplug this. And I'm going to remove the front bumper by removing these two screws. This one and this one. Okay, set these aside. There's your front bumper. I've seen in some videos where you can invert this bumper. I guess you can put it upside down and raise it up a little bit, get more clearance. We might play with that idea. Okay, now here is the steering, which is common sense where the steering goes. And being that when you're looking at your plug, you see that the negative is down. So the negative will be down on all of them. Okay, that's easy enough. Let's get these two, I'm going to assume these two little screws here will take out the servo. And they are the same size, so I'll leave them together, that's fine. Alright, servo comes right on out. Okay, well here's a stock servo, and that's where that goes. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. Again, I bought all these parts here. You've seen the truck and everything with my own money. I am not sponsored. I don't care to be sponsored. If companies wanted to send me parts for review or to check out, yes, I'm totally fine with that. But I don't have any affiliate links. I don't have anything, and I don't plan on it. And even in my other two channels over at Barbecue Joe, where I do a lot of barbecuing, and my Joe's Hydroponics YouTube channel, where I do hydroponics. Me and the kids, after, like I said, I've been in it since I was 10 years old, and growing up, and then got into the bigger stuff, you know, the more hobby grade stuff, and got to get kids in it when they were just little. They were probably 5 years old, and getting them into the RC cars. And well, been in it for many years after that, and then took a 6-year break and decided to get back in it. And the kids wanted me to start a YouTube channel on it and all that good stuff. I do have an Instagram if you want to check it out. You have to spell it out. It's excuse me, it's Northwest Indiana RC. That would be my Instagram. And my YouTube, of course, is NWIRC, what you're watching right now. Okay, so here is the Emac Servo. Man, what a difference. Now, will it mount in with the stock? It's going to have to do some cable management here too. Will it fit the stock? Okay, well, it fits in there, but it doesn't fit. We have to see something here. It's a little bit width-wise. Thought there was some kind of like a mount or something, some kind of an adapter. That doesn't look like this thing came with it. I thought I bought one with it, like an adapter plate, so you can adapt it without doing any modifications. But let me see here. Is this gonna work? Just like that? I mean, the screws aren't gonna line up, that's for sure. I think somebody used this, but cut these 3 off. It just used the one. But I want to see if this screws in on the back side like that. Okay. Here, let me try something here, guys. Like, this is what I do. Okay, something I've never done. All right, I experiment to see if things work. This is a lot of what a lot of people do, and then when they figure it out, they'll take it all apart, and then they'll just do a video on it, doing it the right way. But if you like these kind of videos, let me know. Let's set these here. Some of you guys are already going to say that it ain't going to work, and I probably will agree with you. The only thing I got to figure out is mounting, which I'm sure I could find some spacers in some of my spare parts just to get this to screw in. But first I want to see how the bumper will line up. What if we inverted the bumper? So it was still clear. So we just need to make sure that the steering will go and be right. So we're going to have to center that servo, which means we're going to have to plug this in. Okay, negative is down. Well, this, in case it's brown. Okay, here we go. There's that. Let me get the battery here. Just going to plug it in. If you guys are wondering, you know, when the battery and you plug it in, if you have a hard time seeing the connector, you see the red, it's on that side, black is this way. Just look at this one here. You'll see it's pretty easy. Your motor cable there. And when you look at it, just plug it right in. You know, follow it. As you can see, the red is always towards the front. So we're just going to go ahead and just set this in here for now. We need to turn on the receiver. Okay, we need to turn this thing on. Now we can turn the truck on. And that'll, then you're going to take your steering rate. You want to set it to 0. Oops, sorry. See that? I don't know if you can see that too well. All right, you're going to set that to 0. Steering works. So this here, I'm going to have to. Hold on one second. I wonder why this one wouldn't work. Because it's here. Let me see something. Maybe this one will work. So you can only center it so much. So I just want to try to get it on the one that's going to make it, oops, work. Let's see here. The best. Okay, let's see here. So the reason why people weren't using this one. All right. Was it getting in the way with something? So if I screwed this on the back side of this one, okay, and if we went to the bottom hole, okay, we'll go to the bottom hole, okay, just checking something out, guys. It may not work, so don't, you know, just watch the video, and you know, we're learning as we go. So if the servo goes on this way, we're going to take it this way. I'm going to screw this into here. And if I could find a little nut, I'm going to use a little nut and bolt this thing on. This screw is obviously too big. So I don't know if I have a little nut that small, or if it'll even be necessary. I don't know, it's on there pretty tight. I might not even have to do that. Okay, we still have the remote on. It's centered. The reason why it doesn't really matter if you get it too straight, because you can always, oops. Well, I'm not going to do any mounting yet until, okay. So this is what we're looking like so far. Okay, now direct steering, I could turn that down too. Okay, yeah, we could do that too. Yeah, we're just checking it out, guys. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and turn it. Okay, remember it's not screwed in. So we'll screw it in. I don't see why that wouldn't work. I don't see any reason why that would not work. You gotta look there. Oh wait, hold on a minute. I don't think that the screw holes are gonna line up, are they? Hold on. Yeah. Maybe they will line up. Alright guys, let me I'm gonna see what I could come up with here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the screw in here. And I want to see if or why people aren't using these here screws. Oops, sorry about that. Oh, these are, grab a screwdriver. So now we're using a 3.0. Okay, I'm assuming that goes here, the servo. Nope, maybe not. Maybe you have to use, no, it's metal. So it's gotta be able to be used with this. All right, metal fine thread. It's not a plastic, it's a metal gear. Okay, I just didn't have it in there straight enough. So I'm going to try this again. Just tighten this on there. Okay. Just back. Just got to find a way to mount this servo. So I'm just going to hold it here. Oops. turn the steering rate all the way up. See how that does. Okay, we're going to have to turn some of that steering rate down because you don't want it oversteering. But we'll mess with that. Yeah, you see it's starting to stretch that. So we are definitely going to fix this once we get the tires and wheels on. So right here, I am happy with that, I do believe. See, make sure it's not rubbing on any of the linkages. No, it does come a little close to here, but I don't think that's going to cause a problem. Okay, so far I'm happy with this setup. I'm going to go ahead and just find some spacers to go in between the stock servo mount and our new servo and see if we get that screwed down. Maybe we won't even need to put a spacer in there. Maybe we'll just find a long enough screw in our leftover screw pile, and let's see if we could get this thing to work. Alright guys, and I believe that this one is the digital, but I do think they make two types of these, but this is the ES08MD2. I don't remember exactly, but I do think, I know it goes up to 6 volt. Yeah, this one is a digital servo. This one's a little more expensive than the analog. You can get the analog. I just chose the digital servo just because, well, I got a good deal on it. So, all right, guys, I'll be back. I want to figure out how I want to mount this, and I will tell you exactly how I do it. All right, guys. So, what happened here was I tried to use. I forgot to hit the record button. I tried to use these collars in here to space, so to make it more rigid. In there, it would like a spacer, but it's too thick wall. So if you have these collars, they're used for nitro engines, or used for any kind of like throttle linkage, you know, depending on what you got. Like, if you're familiar with the HPI Baja or any other nitro vehicles, you'll see these collars. They should make them smaller, but I couldn't get these to fit in there. I will probably try to find some that will work, but for right now, I'm just going to run the longer screws that came from these front diff covers, or the front and rear diff covers, the stock screws, and they are long enough to hold this in place. But you can see there's maybe I don't know, maybe a 4 millimeter, maybe like a 3 millimeter gap in there or something, or better. So I'm just tightening these screws down till it's snug to the back of this stock plate. Just got to be careful because you don't want to strip anything. And it feels pretty rigid. It doesn't feel like anything is going to break. And as you can see, I just mounted the factory linkage here to the back side of this horn, and I didn't do any trimming. As you can see, I saw in other videos where you'd have to trim like a corner or something, but I believe they had 4 holes, so maybe this is a newer setup or a different design from what I saw on the internet. So we are together, everything's still powered on. There is no steering servo, but as you can see, I think it's going to work just fine. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and unplug this battery. That servo is installed. I'm quite shocked that I didn't have to do any modifications. It just pretty much bolted right in, and that's the stock tray and everything. No modifications there, nothing. I will do some cable management later on and get these, you know, somehow maybe I could run them across like a screwdriver or something real tight, these wires, and like curly cue them and just kind of tuck them in there. I don't know yet. That's not really important right now. What's important is getting this build done. So for now, I'm just gonna tuck them in right there. Just for now. I'll take care of that some other day. So these screws here, I'll put them aside. Okay, we have the steering completed. Now, what should we work on? All right, should we put the front bumper back on? And should we invert it to get more ground clearance. So I believe I'm going to have to do that. Hold on a minute. See which way was factory. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see here. Okay, this here, I think that's factory. I think. All right. Yeah, that has, is it? See if I can see where more of the scratches start coming in. That's from the bottom. Okay, so here is the factory position for the bumper. So what I want to do is I believe I'm going to have to pull a, if I flip this upside down, like so, I want to pull these two little tiny screws out here, and I guess just, you know, turn the bumper back to normal. So let's go ahead and try that. Just don't want to lose my position here. So we'll grab our screwdriver, two little tiny screws here. We got that one. Right in this one. So I want to get this out of the way because I don't want to forget my placement. So if we go pull this bumper out, should come out, I think. Nothing's glued to it. Nope. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to flip it the right way and push it back in. Take it all the way back. Okay. Go ahead and get these screws put back in. I know it's probably hard to see, guys, and I do apologize for that. Hold on a minute. I don't know if I got it lined up properly or not. Or do I have to go through this side with the screws? Oh, I don't think it matters. Okay, so we're like this now. Wait a minute. No. That's right. Oop, bump the camera again. Yeah, no, it'll go like this. There we go. Okay, we're good. So we're going to come through the top. I just got to line these screws up. What's up, Batman? Coming to help now? Okay, let me line these screws up. There we go. Let's get it towards snug. Very good. So you're being sneaky over there, Batman, trying to steal my stuff. Okay, let's see. So we got another helper. That's Batman. You guys met Twix earlier. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and install this bumper. Pretty simple. Get your tab there, tab there. Grab the screws that we had earlier. That would be, I'm just going to use these two here. Perfect. And the last one right here. Okay. Now the LED, remember it goes in, your black wires go down, and it was in the second LED spot. We will plug that in. It's plugged in good. Find out. Oh, gotta put the battery in. I just want to see if the light comes on, that's all. The light did not come on. Does the remote have to be on? Apparently did not go in like it was supposed to. Okay. That's working, that's working. So did it not get plugged into the right side? That's really weird. The wires came loose that I'm aware of. Black wires down. Could have been auxiliary, was it? No. Off, on, nope. Okay, we'll get this figured out, guys. I wonder why the LEDs don't work no more. I'm gonna try plugging in the top one. I don't think that's it though. Yeah, I did break my freaking LEDs. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have it positioned right. There we go. Okay, I didn't have it positioned right. So you have 3 positions on your ESC receiver combo thing here, and you want to plug them on the bottom 2. Still make sure your black wires are at the bottom, and it'll be the bottom 2. So you will have a extra prong, because this is just a 2-prong versus like the servo is a 3-prong. So you just want to get to your second one, plug it in towards the bottom, and your lights will come on. See, there we go. No big deal. I'm just going to position this because we did flip this bumper. It looks like it's up quite a bit, but I don't. Looks like it's up quite a bit. I don't know if we're going to have to do any body trimming here. I hope not. Let's see here. It's going to set it on here. Uh-oh. Yeah, yeah, that's not gonna work, guys. I didn't even really think about that. That's not gonna work. Unless the body posts are adjustable, but I don't want to go any higher really with the body. Hey guys, if you leave a comment below, let me know, because I think there's a way you could do that. I didn't even think about the body post. But I think what people were doing, they were trimming this here, and I really don't want to be doing much trimming. So I don't think that, no, that's not going to work. Alright guys, for right now, I'm just going to go ahead off camera, and I am going to put that bumper back in its stock position, and we'll figure this out later. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, so what I'm going to do here, now that I got the bumper back in its stock location, I've noticed that this steering horn does ride pretty close to this bottom rod end there. So I'm going to move this screw up 1 hole, because I actually had to turn down the steering rate, the travel as far as it could turn, because it was oversteering. Because this does not have a servo saver on it, because we're directly to the servo. I'm going to move it up 1 screw, 1 screw hole, and I think that'll be perfect. And eventually I want to change these out, I believe, to some aluminum arms, some steering linkage here. Not 100%, but that's what I'm probably going to end up doing. So let me go ahead, I'm going to remove this, move this up 1 screw, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead, let me unplug this LED light so it's not blinding you guys on the camera. Okay, so if you look here, I moved it up 1 screw hole, and as you can see, there is a lot more clearance in between there. I do have it on, and as you can see, still get our full steering. Okay, very good. And remember on the other servos, they were like notching out something. I mean, they were really doing some stuff to get, maybe this is a different type of servo, but it wasn't Emac Servo. Unless it's the digital one or they had upgraded it. I know I mentioned this before, but these only have 2 screws. And they line up perfect with the stock brackets. It's just a little gap there. Probably could have cut the back off and slid it back to where it mounts to that clamp, but I don't see any problem with this at all. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But of course, I may run into a problem on the course, or something may happen, and maybe I did it wrong. But we're going to find out here shortly. And I could tell you what, I could feel so far that she's got some extra weight to it. So I'll go ahead and turn this off. Alright, well that knocks out the servo. Now, we are going to, I think the last thing we have to do here is install these wheel extenders. Again, like I had mentioned before, all the links will be in the description. They're not affiliate links, they're just links from where I bought all the stuff from. I've never installed these before, obviously, so I need the, oh, they even come with pins. Look at that. Pretty good. Got some extra spare parts now, that's good. Alright everybody, so we're going to start out by installing these steering knuckles, hubs, whatever you want to call them. I'm assuming here that all we need to do is take 3 screws out, which would be part of the steering linkage here, and the top and the bottom screw. So I'm going to go ahead and get this unscrewed. And this, they did come with their own screws, and they look like there's these little spacers here. There's 4 of them. Not 100% what that is for. Maybe they go in between. I don't know. We're going to figure it out as we go. No instructions with none of these parts. Just kind of going blind. Whoa. Okay. Then we have to unscrew it off the steering linkage. The top of it. Okay. Now, I understand they come with their own screws. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got some bearings here. Okay. Dual bearings, let's get them popped out. So maybe we'll pop them up from the inside. Yep, there's one. There's 2. All right, bearings are popped out. Let's go ahead and pop the new bearings in. It's pretty simple. There we go. Let's throw the axle through. There the part is. Okay, we gotta remember to line that axle in with that there. Okay, now let's open up this package and see where these little things go. I don't recommend using, I recommend using, you know, good quality tools, not the Allen keys, but if this is all you got, just be careful not to strip your screws if you're going to use these. I think you'll be fine with what they come with for this small of a scale, but I always recommend using good stuff. That's like an emergency only. Okay, so get that, make sure that bearing's seated. We'll slip this in here like so. There we go.
Okay, I see what they're for. So you're going to take your screws. So they give you 4 of them. So I'm assuming you're going to reuse your stock screw off your steering linkage, and you're going to use these. So you would take this little spacer, and you're going to put it, let's say it's going to go in here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, they slip into there. And I'm assuming you're going to take your screw, set it in there, and then tighten it up. Sorry, that popped out. Hold on, guys. Well, hold on. Pop this battery out. Okay. So I know that has to be right. Pop it back in there. Let me get the screw. Let's put the screw in. Seem like something ain't right here. Something is not right. Unless I'm not lined up with the hole properly. Maybe I wasn't lined up with the hole properly. So let's try this again. Properly. Okay, so I'm going to put the spacer on first, on with the screw. Let's make sure I'm centered. Come on. Man. Okay, get this back on. Let's get it lined up. Gotta look in the light, make sure I'm lined up there. Okay, it looks good there. Let's grab our screw. Let's grab our tiny little collar thing. Oh, I see why. So it could pivot, it could swivel. And okay, I see why they did that. I was gonna say, why didn't they just make it the same size as the factory hole? But I get it now. Now we just gotta make sure it's gonna. Okay, that's all it was. I just wasn't lined up with my hole. Yep, that's it. Okay, let's get this top one done. Same size. Put this on here. And then snug it. So far, everything's looking good. Okay. We will thread in the stock steering linkage. Let's see here. I'm trying to get you guys where you can see it too, but I'll try. Get my screw lined up here. Get it over here. Okay. Just try not to cross thread. Get it straight. We'll screw it down. Snug it. There we go. All right. Check that out. Looking good, nice and solid. Nice and beefy. Let's go ahead and repeat the other side. Screws. All right. Same thing. Pull the axle out. Let's go ahead and get the pop the bearings out. There's one. And here's two. Okay. And pop the bearings in the new one. Perfect. Put your axle in. We're going to line it up. Inside there. Just gotta twist it. There you go. Okay. And turn this to where it lines up to your holes. There. Okay. Now we'll do the same thing. I'm going to grab our little tiny micro little, I guess, pivot or I don't know, whatever you want to call these things. Make sure your holes are lined up. Second one always goes in much nicer. Okay, we're almost there. That is good. There. Flip it over. Get this side. Okay, make sure we're lined up. I will say one thing I don't like about these screws, I think they're too short. And they're not, I mean, they're snug down some. Okay. I don't think it's enough to have to worry about them coming apart. So let's go ahead and put the other part of the linkage on here. I'll get my screwdriver started. I might put longer screws in that. I don't like the way they tighten down. It's kind of snug, but it ain't really snug like I like it. Because you don't want them too tight, going plastic to plastic, or going from metal to plastic. But I mean, I don't think they're going to come off or nothing. But I honestly think longer screws would be better. Okay, check it out, guys. We're getting there. All we gotta do is put the wheel extender on. Am I right? These were 7 or 8 millimeter. I don't have my micrometer with me, but these are extenders, so it extends it out a little bit. And of course they're brass, so it'll add some weight. So let's go ahead and put our pin in. Let's see here, there's our. These are super tiny. I'll just use the ones that come with the kit. Put our pin through. We'll put our extender on. You can see here, it's one way it could go on. Just match your pin, just like that. Okay, and then I'm assuming next would be the tire, and then this will go through the little hole here, and that's what threads it on. Now let's see what size these are. Same size as, yep. They are that 4.0 box that'll fit that Hex Driver. So I'm going to go ahead and get these pins in. I didn't get anything for the rear here. I didn't really see too many options for that. So let's just go ahead and pop these on. They will slide out. Okay, they will slide out, so be careful not to lose them. So that one goes there, fits nice and snug. Let's do the same thing here. Find your holes. take that on, and oh, here's the other pin. All these pins are the same size too, so that in there, and for the last one, and bam, look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Looking sharp so far, guys. All right, last thing is the wheel assembly. Hope you guys are enjoying this full build. Again, and also we're going to take, and after we install these wheels, we're going to get another weight, put these things on the scale. See what the difference in weight is. If you want to compare the stock tires to these, they pretty much almost look identical. If you guys can see that. These new tires, they do look, they look so close to the same. But again, these are aluminum. These are factory plastic. This will help up with a little bit of weight. I'm not sure if it's going to be good weight, but we're going to find out. Alright, so install the tires. I'm assuming you just put this on like so. Let me start our screw. Let's see, I'm pretty sure this is the correct way of doing it. Yep. Let's give it a little snug. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Uh-oh. Hold on a minute, guys. Wait a minute. How did that not work? So if this goes on here, okay guys, I'm stumped now. Yeah, because what's going to bolt this on? So if I put this on, but then if I screwed this in, but this is supposed to, because if I put this in, then how are you supposed to, because I'm assuming that puts pressure on the pin, yeah. There's no way your wheel will go on. So, okay, I think what you got to do, guys, I'm sorry, I was right, I'm pretty sure. I just didn't screw it in all the way before I, or tighten it up. Because this part here, this top of this pin, that puts pressure on that, your axle pins there to hold it in. Okay, let's see here. Let's try this one more time. Put that in. We'll set this, but I thought I had it tight in there. Oops. Oh, no. Yeah, that only makes sense to me, right? No, it's not going in. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna start losing stuff here, guys. But I gotta figure this out. This ain't even. My hex is in. Everything's right there. Is there any longer or shorter? Nope, they're all the same. This has to be how this goes. Okay. Let's see if I can get it started by hand. This is starting not to make any sense at all. It's in there. Tighten it up really good. Okay guys, there we go. I got it. That's all it was. I was right in the first place. You just got to make sure you tighten it down. A bit snug. Okay, there we go. Go ahead and let's try this for the other side. Let's do the back. hand start it. Okay, grab your box. Okay, once you get it snugged, give it that little bit of extra. Perfect. Let's go ahead and go jump over to here. Make sure your pin's line doing good there. There we go. Pop this on, this on. Okay. And there. Uh-oh, that did not work. Okay, I think what's going on is my hex is not quite, it won't fit in there all the way, so I can't put as much pressure on it. So I'm going to go ahead and reset. Put the hex on, put this on. Then I'm going to lightly start it, but not go inside the wheel. Okay. The squeaking you hear is from it getting on the wheel, so you got to be very careful. Okay, here we go. Snug. And there we are. Look at that. Okay, let's do the last one real quick. Put our wheel on. Let's try to start it by hand if you can. You definitely don't want to cross thread these, or you will be probably buying a whole new kit. So like I said, light pressure if you're using the tool I'm using. I'm sure there's other tools. Oops. I'm sure there's other tools out there, but this is what I'm using. Okay, there we go. With a light on it. With it nice snug. And there we have it. Look at that. Okay. You guys still with me here? Yes, you are. Let me put these screws up because I don't need them right now. Yeah, I got all kinds of spare screws. This is awesome. So put these in here. All right, check it out. Actually, it looks pretty nice. That's not the last thing, though. Last thing is I need to show you. Let me get my cell checker. I need to make sure if this one's fully charged. Give me 1 second here. Sorry about that. All cells. 4.0. Okay, that's 4. I did fully charge one of these earlier, so I want to make sure, because one's in storage charge. You always want to storage charge your batteries, guys, when you're not using them. Let's check that one. Okay, this is the fully charged one, so it's almost 40. Okay, yeah, this one's the fully charged one. And like I said again, this is URGENEX or URGENEX. You guys can figure that out. I'll put the link in there. 900 milliamp battery. Compare, and this is a 30C. Okay, and this one here, they're both 2S batteries. This one's a 30C. This one's a 30C, but this one's only 350 milliamp. This one's 900 milliamp. You can tell. Look at the difference. This one's definitely going to add more weight. Okay. Now I did pre-install this battery in here, and I will tell you it's pretty big. It actually, you have to put more pressure on your body, on your pins, because I guess it does hit here. You could trim it. I'm not trimming nothing. I think it's still fine. So I'm going to go ahead and install this battery. You can see it still fits the factory thing there. We will plug it in. Tuck this aside. Okay. Man, we are fully modified now. Check that out. Not fully. I mean, we could change the receiver. I'll probably end up keeping the stock one, but definitely may want to do a motor change in this thing. But golly, I could tell you what, man, the weight in this thing, whew, Jesus, it's definitely heavier. We're going to find out here that shortly in a second. So I believe that's all the upgrades that we have. Oh, I want to take it the steering. Let's just get this thing dialed in just real quick before I put it on the course. Okay. I did unplug the LED lights, so we'll plug them back in now. Okay. I do have to reinstall the body. So let me go ahead and turn this off. Oh no, here, we can go ahead and dial this in real quick. So let me just move some stuff around here. Uh-oh, we got some bindage going on here, guys. I think we're binding in the front. What happened? We're binding in the front. We are binding in the front somehow. Why? See that? And it's just trying to torque. Looks like the rears want to move. But the fronts don't. So I'm going to assume I'm going to take off the front tires. Oh boy. Well, let me loosen them. Let's see what happens if I just loosen them a little bit. Now it goes. I must have had them too tight. Let me check the hexes. The hexes should be in there. Tighten it up a little bit more. Does it still go? Yep. I think I just had the one a little too tight, guys. Okay, that's a snug there. Okay, guys, that was my fault. I over-tightened. Keep going. See, I could tell that's... There you go. Okay, just for future reference, do not over-tighten those studs if you decide to go with this system, with this setup that I have. Okay, make sure she's tracking straight. Okay. Wow, look at that servo. A lot of flexing going on there. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But while it's on the ground, a lot of this stuff here is flexing. So I think we might see some more upgrades on this. I don't know yet for sure. It could be the way the shocks are. Okay, I think we're good to go. Okay, let's go in high gear. Okay, no binding, everything's good. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get the body on. Get my two little screws out. I'll get that going on here in a second, and we will get a weight on it and see you at the course. Okay, before we get the weight, I want to show you guys how the body works with the aftermarket battery. So basically, when you set it down, you're going to have to See how it hits against the bed rail here? I don't think you can see it, but it's hitting here. You know, I'm not doing any special trimming, but I don't think it's going to hurt, you know, just to put a little bit of pressure here. Let's see, I'll line it up first. Okay, we'll grab our body pins, wherever I put them. Should be over here. Right? Yeah, there's one. It's not a whole lot of pressure you got to put on, but there is, you do have to put pressure for these to work. There's one. Where's the other one at? There it is. And two. Okay, check that out. Looks pretty good. We are going to do the coarse. If you want me to, I could do it with this the stock battery that it comes with, but I don't think I'm going to. I think I'm just going to not use that one, because I think with all this extra weight, I mean, it's the same C rating, discharge rating here, the 30C, it's the same thing. The only difference is just a smaller milliamp battery pack. So I don't think it's not going to provide any more power, but this is how we built it with all the aftermarket parts. This is how we're going to leave it. So I just want to give you guys a little close up here before I go put it on the scale. Okay. And if you made it this far in the video, again, please let me know your thoughts on this build so far. I don't really know if I want to add too much more weight to this, because man, this thing is actually, you could really feel it compared to the stock. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and place this on the scales, get it centered. Very good. Alright, so we have a difference in the front of, I wouldn't say a difference, let's see what we got here. Our total front weight is 187.5 grams. We're at 54%. And the rear weight is 160.5 grams. So it's saying at 46%. What I could have done is I could have hit the tare button when it was empty, and then versus to really get a good idea, but we can always do the math. Or if you want to do the math, you can figure it out. Well, we're 54% in the front, 46 in the back. And then you can see the left front, right front. You know, and then the left rear, the right rear. And you can see the weights in between on the sides. You can see, you know, total weights. So if you want to do some figuring out on your own, that's great. Or maybe I'll put some quick math together and kind of go from there. So, okay, let's go hit the track or the course. All right, everybody. Let's see what these mods have done. Any improvement? We'll see. It's going to do the same course. Going to go up and over this way. Let's see how well the tires grip. So I can't try to get over here. Uh-oh. Let's see, get up there. It's not quite enough traction. I know I'm getting bound up there too. So I'd have to restart. Keep in mind these rocks are loose, nothing's glued down. It just makes the course a lot harder to get across. You know, if you notice too, there's no body rubbing like I've noticed in the stock configuration. You notice that you'd hear a lot of that body slapping. I don't know if these shocks, when they bottom out, they're not allowing it to do that. I can't say these tires are getting any better traction than the stock tires.
away from that high edge there. You see where I'm picking up the gravel, I'm not getting really good traction there. So I'm just getting bottomed out here. Get this thing going. Come on, girl, you got it. There you go. Oh no. Let's get back up here. Alright, we're getting somewhere. The coarse isn't the same because the rocks are they're shifting around. But I think we're doing pretty good. The servo is definitely a lot stronger. See if I can get backed up here and then, ooh, look at that. Can I save it without rolling it? Oh, I don't want to roll it. Hold on, guys. We're going to get there. There we go. Let's see what she's got. Got to get up there. I was really hoping to get that bumper inverted there or flipped upside down, but I don't really want to trim the body. Okay, let's see what we got here. Can she do it? Get it up there. Oh, look at that. Oh, no. We're going to get in trouble there. There we go. And I'm afraid I might even end up burning up this stock motor on this type of a course, but considering all that added weight, so I'll try to calculate a difference when I go to edit the video. Oops, well, landing on all fours. Alright, so a little recap. We installed the skid plates here. We installed 4 brand new shocks, which are upside down. Those widened hexes there, brass hexes. Looks like it's, if you compress this all the way down, if you find a flat spot, there will be no body rub. I believe the stock, it did have some body rub. Other than that, we did the rear, front and rear diff housings there. What else? We installed that new Emac Servo, which went together flawlessly. We got the steering knuckles in, the aluminum wheels and tires. My honest opinion, I don't really think that these tires really make that much of a difference. These were just cheapos, aluminum wheels and tires. I think I only paid like 39 bucks for the whole set. I'm sure there's much better rubber. If you guys comment below, let me know what rubber you like. Other than that, we had upgraded the battery, and that's it. So I'm curious to see the difference in weight. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Oh yeah, and one more thing. Where are they at? Okay, here they are. One more thing. Remember that extra set of the skid plate set? I did check on my Amazon account and I did order 2 of these. So maybe, I don't know, if I get enough likes in this video, enough comments, or enough activity on this, I'll give a set away. Lower 48 states only. And I'll send this out to you. So, hey, you guys have a good one. Have a great day.